Okay, so here is a look at all the gear I would take on a multi-day trip. So I'll start with my pack. So this pack here is the Osprey Atmos 50 AG, which stands for anti-gravity, and it's just referring to the harness system. And inside I'm running the Hydra Pack by Osprey, which is the 3-litre bladder in there. I don't like to use the bottles, but some people do. I know if you're concerned about your water bladder, you could always put it in a like I said, a Summit dry bag or something like that, just so that if the bladder fails, you don't lose your water. So next would be the Nemo Dagger 2P, which is my tent. In here I have the footprint, the tent and the fly as well, so pretty compact. Here's the poles here. So here is the pegs and the ropes. Moving on is a Cedar Summit Comfort Plus sleeping pad. This is a very comfortable sleeping pad. It's quite thick and it has quite a high R value as well, which means it's going to reflect a lot of the heat back to your body. You can put this one in particular, you could sleep directly on snow and you'd still retain all your body heat with a good sleeping bag. So highly recommend that, very comfortable. And again, not heavy. So this is my Mac Pack 750 fill, I believe it is. Down sleeping bag and then the liner. So that's just to add a bit of extra warmth, about 7 to 10 degrees I think it adds there. And I always have one of those on me just in case, even if I'm taking a summer sleeping bag, I always have a sleeping bag liner on me just in case the temperature drops more than expected. This little pillow through here is, yeah, some people have a pillow, some don't, some just use their jacket. Over to the clothes. This is my down jacket. This packs into this little bag here, packs down nice and small. The hat, Nick Morton will appreciate this one, Ozcut hat, essentials. Then I'm running the Hoka Onays, socks, jocks, fingerless gloves, which I like to have on me. And then a beanie. This is just a dry bag for my clothes and stuff, my extra clothes. I also keep a roll of toilet paper in my clothes bag. Going over to my Sitka stuff here. I'm running the Apex series, which I find is really good for Australian conditions. These are the Sitka Apex pants, sorry. These have built-in knee pads. You can take them out. You really cannot feel them. Apex shirt, which has the built-in elbow pads here. So really good system. If you want to have a more detailed look, just jump on the Sitka website and look up the Apex system. It's all there and it has pretty cool vids that you can have a look at. Also, the Apex hoodie has the built-in face mask, which I use a lot. The Jetstream jacket, this is a hooded jacket with a fleecy lining, and it's a rain repellent finish, is a windstopper material, so it keeps you nice and warm. But it also has pit zips here, which are very handy if you want to dump that extra heat and as you're hiking. So only thing I found with it is it's a little short, but other than that, it is a very, very comfortable, solid jacket, and it's not heavy at all. It packs down nice and small, and which is what you want, and it's a really good all-rounder. But don't buy it if you prefer a longer jacket, because it's not long. This here is a Sitka belt. Also have the Sitka neck buff, just in case it gets a little cooler or I need a little more concealment. So moving on to the rest of my gear, I have water filtration, the Sawyer squeeze. This is just a standard size one with the syringe to back flush it. Garmin InReach Explorer Plus pack cover. This guy is obviously, if it's raining, that goes over the whole Osprey. Here's the Goal Zero Nomad Plus, I believe it is. Nomad 7 Plus. My Goal Zero has the cables and the stand on the back, so that just basically comes off, and you can stand that up, and it has all the cables in the back that you need, and also a sunlight indicator as well to show you how much sun the solar panel is getting, and if it's enough to actually charge whatever you're charging. So there's a USB and lightning cable in there as well. The battery pack it has a light on it, which is very bright, and then it also has a battery indicator as well. There's a micro USB and a standard USB port, and then there's your USB port at the top as well. So pretty handy. Stove, wouldn't mind a jet boil flash, but we'll get there. And moving down, again, not using anything flashy. This is just Energizer, one from Woolies. Sunnies, workshop sharpening tool. This is super cool. Has the coarse diamond plate on the back, and then the fine on the front, and then the leather strop there, and it's got like a rotating ceramic piece in the middle, so you can basically really get in. If it's hooks or whatever you're sharpening, or if it's you're just touching up your knife blade, you can use that. It's got the angles there for your blade, so you're getting consistent angle on your blade when you're sharpening. And that little guy at the top, that is for your serrated blades on your knife. So that's something that the guys at Workshop have really thought about, and this guide sharpener is seriously cool. It's very small and light, and it's very much worth having in your pack just to touch up your blades if you're out in the mountains. Also your broadheads. The other thing is these are magnetic, so these come off, and it has broadhead tighteners in there for us bow hunters, whether it be 3-blade or 4-blade. So that's pretty cool. Just an extra detail that they've chucked in there. So it's got a few little instructions in the back of these. So moving away from that, Hydro Pack, soft water bottle. This is, I think it's 2 liters. So it's just for basically cooking water or extra water. I always carry an archery tool on me and a multi-tool. This is just a little Gerber multi-tool, set of pliers in there, and a few other bits and pieces. Chapstick, fox whistles, like a predator call and a button whistle, knife, D-loop cord, just in case my D-loop fails. Also my rangefinder, this is just a Bushnell Trophy Extreme. So yeah, basically missing my bow and all that gear at the moment as well, but that will be here soon. I do have my day pack, which is the Apex series as well, which you'll see if you look it up on Sitka. I'm also running a 3-liter bladder in here. I don't always fill it to the top when I'm doing a day hunt or a morning or afternoon hunt, but heaps of storage. You can put your bow in there. The harnessing system is really good, very comfortable. There's tons of room in the hip pockets. There's one here, rangefinder goes in there, other bits and bobs that go through there. But the other cool thing about this pack is in each side of your hip pocket, you actually have a bow strap. So this pulls out, if I can get it with one hand. So this pulls out, and you can actually sit the bottom cam of your bow in here and rest it. Say if you're fox whistling or you're waiting somewhere, when you flip the lid back, your pocket's up the right way, you unzip it and everything's here, it's not going to fall out. So basically, yeah, heaps of storage room in there for a day. So starting with this one, this is something I would call my clean bag. So it's basically tissues, baby wipes and wet ones, and then your hand sanitizer. This is a toiletries bag, AeroGuard, toothbrush, sawn off. Don't need all that extra bulk at the bottom there. Carry my spork in there. Wilderness wash. And then here, some Stingo spray, just in case. Got toothpaste, floss, and then sunscreen. Emergency bag. So this is just a piece of sponge, weighs nothing. for condensation inside your tent in the morning. Lighter, water purification tablets, 1 per 1 litre. They're just the micropur tablets. Carry a couple of those. So that's my sleeping pad repair kits and stuff. Emergency blanket, a little flint lighter. So some paracord, always have that in my pack as well. Emergency poncho, spare batteries for my headlamp. So I've got a few sets of batteries. I usually opt for the lithium, and then there's some earplugs if it's a stormy night or something and you can't sleep. These are going to help. Nurofen, Zavance, ibuprofen to help with any inflammation, and then GastroStop. There's Panadol for headaches and stuff. Here, a pair of gloves. There's 4 Valium there, just in case anyone's panicking. It's a Disprin, so headaches and that sort of thing. But also if you were with someone that had maybe a heart condition or something, this is going to assist. If they were having a heart attack or something, this will assist in thinning the blood. Steri strips. These are blister band-aids. Band-aids for whatever. Plenty of those. Some prep pads. Wound wipes. Now this is an interesting one. Tampons. You need to stop the bleeding quickly. You can jam one of these suckers in there and it's potentially going to stop that bleeding very quickly. Then a compression bandage for snake bites or that sort of thing. That's quite a long one, but essential. And then there's a big wound dressing here. And then there's a bit of information because I'm definitely not a first aid noob. I just have the things that I need. And there's also antiseptic first aid cream, betadine, a couple of safety pins in here if you have splinters or for whatever other reason you need them for. Some people have splinter probes, but I just have a couple of these guys just to help. And that's pretty much it for the bags. There are a few things outside of everything I've shown you that I consider pretty important. I usually would have, I just don't have it here at the moment. So my bino harness with a rangefinder pouch and lanyard, and possibly a wind checker as well if I feel like it. Obviously my bow with arrows, and can't stress enough, don't forget to sharpen your broadheads. Leg gaiters, so phone, don't forget your phone. Your rain gear and gloves. I don't have any rain gear on me at the moment, but I would usually be using the Cloudburst stuff from Sitka along with their Stormfront gloves. And also Leukotape, something you could add into your pack with your first aid kit as well. A lot of people don't go without it, like Leukotape and maybe even electrical tape as well. Electrical tape, not so much for first aid, but for fixing stuff. A lot of people swear by it. Other thing, check your sight light and rangefinder batteries before you trip. You would even consider having a spare rangefinder battery in my pack. Also, don't forget to check like your licensing. Like in Victoria, you need your G license to hunt deer. In the state forest, you need to make sure you have your Blaze Orange gear, and there's a bunch of rules and regs within that. Moving down the list, your optional stuff under this heading, clothing, shoes and bedding. So if it's really cold, your down booties and waterproof covers, that's going to help you sleep at night. If you're a cold sleeper like me, you get cold feet, you might want some down booties. If you're not sure what they are, look them up. They're very light and can really keep you warm. I've put down here like the Bonds trackies and pants and jumper, because it can just be an extra layer that you can pack in and just have in your pack if it really drops down and gets cold. Waterproof socks, that's something I've noticed people use sometimes. Now some people have, instead of having a chair, they have like a sleeping pad, but like a section of it, like a foam section that you sit on, just as a seat for more comfort in the mountains. I don't have it, but some people do. Camp shoes like Crocs or something to that effect, where it's just going to be more comfortable to either do river crossings or to be around camp. compression thermals. I know you can get some thermals that are going to assist a bit more with your your heat retention and blood flow and that sort of thing. So that's something to consider versus, standard merino stuff. Don't forget your spare jocks and socks. Thick neck gaiter if really cold. I have a thin neck buff like I showed you, but a thicker neck gaiter could really help if it's really, really cold. Your food and drinks, I aim for 3,000 calories a day. Try and pack your food for one day all in the one snap lock bag, so you can see what each day you can have for each day rather than trying to work it out on the trail. Super glue can be handy for fixing things or for cuts and that sort of thing, but I use the stereo strips. Kathmandu do like an emergency shelter. Baby bum cream for chafing. Apparently some guys take this stuff with them. I don't really have that issue, but if you do, don't forget your baby butt cream, because that could save a lot of discomfort when you're in the mountains. Other things to look for that I've noticed other guys have, I'm nearly at the end of this list: carpet hook knife for skinning, 2 sets of headlamp batteries, lithium, not the alkaline, your lantern for your tent so you don't drain your battery pack, spare release aid if you're a bow hunter like me, spare arrows and broadheads in a quiver, a serrated folding saw. You don't need one, but could be handy to cut down trees and sticks and logs and whatever. Be something to consider. Day pack. I don't do this. A day pack for short stints away from the camp. So if you're doing 7 days, you might have a little day pack packed into your overnight bag as well. Spare car keys. If you lost your pack or something, I would always have my phone and my GPS and my car keys on me. Other things to have in the car is your archery gear, toolbox, whatever, just to get fix your bow if you need to or whatever, and also have your target there just to practice. If you need to dial in heads, you might have bumped your side or whatever, that can help. Extra dry bag for your devices, or snap lock bags, whatever works. Last but not least, the instant feet warmers. So hopefully you take something from that, and peace out. Hope to see you hunting in the mountains soon.